What motivated me to take on the role of Chancellor? Well, I had been with the university for 10 years. I was on the Board of Governors for 6 years, and then I did a fundraising with the Faculty of Management. It was called Delivering Results, and it was a $15 million campaign. And then I went from that campaign to Building on the Vision campaign, which is a lot of what we've seen today on the university tour. Anyways, Building on the Vision campaign for $40 million. And I loved working with President Fraser, loved working with the Chancellor then, which was Jim Palmer, loved working with the Chair of the Board, which was Dick Haskayne. Great, great team. And I didn't really want to leave. I wasn't ready to leave. So when Murray Fraser asked me if I would let my name stand as Chancellor, I thought, that's going to give me 4 more years, and I'm going to love it. The campuses have such great energy, and this was a small campus. We used to say in my speeches when I was Chancellor, used to say 21,000 students, 4th largest employer in the city, and now we say there are 30,000 students, one of the largest employers in the city, returning several billion, $7 billion actually, in economic value to the Calgary community. Amazing, amazing. Well, as a Chancellor, it's a wonderful position. You can do whatever you want, which is what they tell you. So I could be a lot of things to a lot of people, or I didn't have to do very much. And I decided, it was a 4-year term, and I thought, I'm going to give this my best shot. And I did. I took it on as a job. I was here almost every day. And I found in the first year that the more I was here and the more I did, the better I liked it. Because you really get involved. You know what's going on. You know the pulse. You know some of the students recognize you. And so it was just such a valuable time in my life. One of the highlights in my life was being Chancellor, no doubt about it. One of the things that we worked on a lot, and this was very important to the university community, was trying to have the Calgary, the citizens of Calgary, corporate Calgary on campus. We used to try and do events that we would have them come and that they would like them. We used to invite them to our plays from the Faculty of Fine Arts. We used to invite them to music concerts. We had lectures, and we were always trying to encourage downtown Calgary to come on campus. So we would have 250, 300 people come, which was just wonderful. And we'd have speakers all the time. And some of the speakers we had were amazing. And I thought about this during the last little bit that we've been watching in the news. Mike Duffy was one of our speakers. Yes, that's wow. John Crosby was one of our speakers. Alan Fotheringham was one of our speakers. And one of the speakers that just brought tears to your eyes was Mark Tewksbury. And he told us how he won his gold medals because he had been such a great swimmer, such a great swimmer. Of course, he's an alumni from the University of Calgary. And it was just, the audience was just, it was amazing. You could have heard a pin drop when he spoke. He said, I've tried and tried my hardest to win. I was always 2nd or 3rd. I couldn't figure out why I couldn't win. And he ended up telling the audience, and he got a standing ovation. He said, I finally decided I was going to win. I wasn't going to be 2nd or 3rd. I was going to win. So it was totally in his head and in his heart. And then he won 5 gold medals at the Olympics. So that's one of the highlights of Chancellor's Club. One of the speakers that, of course, is outstanding for us now is the Chancellor of the university now, Robert Thirsk. He had just come back from a mission. He'd just come back, so he told everybody about his mission and about his experiences, and that was very early on in the space game. And of course, the highlight of all time is convocation. It's shaking those hands. And the kids get about 8 seconds, I think we timed it, 8 seconds to cross the stage, to feel really good about your 3 to 4 to 7 to 8 years of blood, sweat, and tears to get their degrees. And you have to try and make them feel really special. And I think that I was able to do that. One of the students, actually, that was there when I was there that I got to know very well is our mayor, Naheed Nenshi. He was on the Board of Governors, and I was also, because he was president of the Students' Union. And was he a good president? He was outstanding. And he's reminded me of this conversation that he and I had when he was stepping down and moving on. And I said, I don't know what you're going to do in your lifetime or where you're going to be, but I know that you and I are going to see each other again one time, and you are going to do something great. I'd forgotten that I said that. And when he was running for mayor, he reminded me of that, and he used it in some of his speeches. You could tell that this person was a born leader, and he is. Working with President Fraser was a wow moment, no matter when you saw him. He was enthusiastic. He knew the names of the faculty, first names of the people in the power plant, the physical plant. He was everywhere, and it was just always an awe moment to be with him. And then when we raised the money and the cranes started to come on site, and you'd see a building take hold, it was wonderful. And we also had some wonderful events happen around the building on the Vision campaign, where we had a lot of people up here putting shovels in the ground, turning over the sod for another new project. That was just wonderful, wonderful times. And especially because in 1994, when I became Chancellor, the government cut us back $32 million over 3 years in their government grant. Now that was very difficult for the university, but to watch the university executives work through that, and Murray Fraser used to say, we just have to do more with less, and we have to do it differently. So they did a lot of partnering with programs. I remember the Faculty of Engineering went from 91 faculty down to 70. So they started video conferencing with the U of A to save some money. The nursing faculty partnered with the Foothills Hospital, Mount Royal College then, now a university, but Mount Royal College then. They thought of very many innovative ways, different ways of learning. I think sometimes having less money can be an advantage, because you do have to think out of the box and think about doing different things. The pioneers that settled Canada and that settled Alberta, they didn't have anything. They just worked very hard, and they did innovative things, and they relied on their neighbors. So it takes a lot of time, talent, and treasure in order to work your way through difficulties. And I saw that. I saw that in spades here at the university. They did that, and look at the vision now. It's just amazing. I was very moved today for my family and I. I'll get teary now. I mean, to see a street, that is just, well, I can't describe how it makes you feel, because that's going to be there forever. So what kind of a vision is that? We talk about visions being 3 years out, 5 years out, 10 years out. Well, this is there forever until they, I guess, build a new community, and hopefully they won't have to. But to have a McCaig Street, that's something that you think, how do I deserve that? How come that someone has decided to honor the chancellors in that way? It's a marvelous idea, and I'm just extremely grateful. Well, to see the university now, it is much more than I ever thought it would be in the mid-90s. It's overwhelming, actually. I'm very excited about the future of the next 50 years for the university.